Hello, Assalamualaikum, Miss Shilmi. So
Hi.
we're having this interview with you. So would you mind introducing yourself a bit?
Okay, hi, my name is Roshelmiwati Ahmad Hilmi. I've been living abroad from Malaysia for almost 18 years now, and this is my second time in the UK.
All right, thank you, Shilmi. So today we'll be asking a few questions about celebrations of Ramadan in the UK.
All
So
right.
uh, first question is, according to the sources of Catherine 2020, places of worship remained closed and large gatherings continue to be banned due to the coronavirus outbreak. So, how has the lockdowns affected your Ramadan routines in the UK?
Okay. Yeah, there are usually many special events organized by the mosque during Ramadan, from iftar to taraweh, and then also Qiyamul Lail. There are forums, there are free Quran classes and everything, and Feed the Poor drive. And all of these are cancelled this year. All the malls are still not fully open. Some of them are still closed. So, in a way, yes, it does affect Ramadan routine here, sadly.
Okay, now moving on to the next question. Based on different 2018, fasting in the UK is much easier. Do you agree or disagree with this statement, and why?
I I disagree. No, because we have 4 seasons here, right? Usually in the winter, with the extreme low temperature, your body needs, food and energy to regulate your body temperature. So in the winter, you get hungry and thirsty faster, actually. So no, it's not much easier, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, very fair assessment. Right. So, question number three is, according to Aisha 2019, there is very little time for eating and drinking and sleep before waking up for sahur again in the UK, and some British people opt not to sleep at all. Uh, has this occurred to you before? And what do you think of the situation?
Okay, I actually experienced that back in 2016. Ramadan was right in the middle of summer, so Imsak was 2:30 and iftar was 10 o'clock. So you have like 4 hours time frame of eating. So stay up is the best way because Isha prayer is around 12:30. So usually we Isha and then we have our sahur at around 2. Wait for a little bit more for subuh, then we will sleep at around 3. Otherwise, you will be waking up, right? So and then we sleep at 3, and everything here started at 9. So we still have 5 solid hours of sleep. So usually, yeah, we stayed up until subuh in the summer,
So,
Ramadan in the summer. Yep.
so that made things quite difficult, right?
Yeah, a bit difficult. Yep.
Right.
Okay, now moving on to the fourth question. According to Aisha 2019, fasting during winter is extremely short and easy. Do you agree with this statement?
Okay, agree and disagree. Yes, it is shorter time. Usually in the winter, we will get around, say, 8 hours of daylight usually. So usually we start fasting, say, around 8, and then break fasting maybe sometime 5. It is shorter, but it is, like I said earlier, it is not easy because your body need to work hard. You tend to get hungry faster, actually. So shorter, but not easier.
Okay. So, does that affect doing work around the house and such? So,
Sorry.
does that hugely impact the activities in the house and at work as well?
Yeah, sometimes it's do. Sometimes if the temperature is very extreme, it does make you feel a bit tired. Yeah, and if you go out, you need to bundle yourself up to keep warm and everything. You tend to get tired a little faster, even though it's shorter day. Manageable though. Yep.
Right, well, now on to question number 5. So, according to The Guardian 2021, lockdowns have slowly begun to loosen as Ramadan slowly begins. Does this apply to your area too?
Yes. It's applied throughout England actually. They call it roadmaps to out of lockdown. They have 4 steps. We are on the second steps now. So yeah, it's been loosened up. Yep.
So, can you tell us a bit more about the roadmap, like briefly?
Okay. The 4 steps you mean, yeah? Okay, first they started to open the school and colleges. Okay, and then the second step now, the non-essential started to open on April 12th last week. So, and then a month from now, they will start open restaurant for dine-in. Now dine-in only outside. If there's, the restaurant have outdoors eating is allowed, otherwise only takeaway. So the steps 3 next month, they're going to open the restaurants and everything else, and then if everything's okay, a month later in June they will lift up the lockdown. So let's hope everything goes as planned.
Yes,
Inshallah.
I hope all the best for you,
Yeah.
over there.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, now moving on to the sixth questions. To most Muslims around the world, Ramadan is a very special time for Muslims all over the world. Do you agree with it? And what do you think make it so special?
Yeah, I agree. Since it's very rewarding months for Muslim, so most of us will go more good deeds and more generous usually in Ramadan. And I always feel that we are more calm in Ramadan. So indeed, it is very special.
All right. Right, well, now number 7, question number 7. Based on our research, Ramadan in the UK consists of 13 hours of fasting at times. So, do you find it difficult for the first time when you were introduced to this super long hours of fasting?
Yeah. Okay, actually this year it is 15 hours.
Ooh.
It is 15 hours this year. So like I mentioned earlier, back in 2016 it was 18 hours for me. So it was a bit hard for the first few days, but then in 2016, because the summer was very pleasant, the temperature was around 16 degrees to 20 degrees, so not too hot, not too cold, manageable. Your body takes a few days to get used to it. Yep, hard at first, but doable still.
Right, so,
Okay. So moving on to the next question. Based on the Middle East Eye, some UK people are using their own lunar calendar and moon sightings to start Ramadan. Do you use this lunar sighting or do you follow the Saudi Arabian sighting?
Okay, actually there are many, outsiders, Muslim from all over the world in England. So the mosque is depend from which country they are from. So like certain mosques, let's say from Pakistan, they will use their own calculation for fasting. So we Malaysian, we usually follow the Central Mosque of London, which is they follow our Makkah. Yeah, because they are still the mosque here. I'm in Birmingham now. One of the mosques here, they're fasting a day later. Yeah, but that's the Pakistani mosque.
right.
Yeah.
Do you think that you want to try to follow the UK moon sightings in case it'll shorten the time a little for you?
No, because why? The Central Mosque of London, they will follow the moon sighting and also the calculation. So they also will follow Mecca. So whenever Mecca already announced that what's their method of the year, so Central Mosque of London will follow it and they will announce announce it to most of the other Muslim here. So it depends if you know if you are Malaysian, you follow the central mosque. So if you're comfortable with the mosque that you always go, let's say the Pakistani mosque here, so you might follow their calculation or moon sighting, something like that. But for us Malaysia, we follow the central mosque of London, which is the central mosque of London. They follow the Makkah method of determine the moon sighting and also calculation, because of the weather here is always dull and very hard to get the sunshine. So the calculation method is always used here.
Very well. All right. Moving on to question number 8. So, according to Yasrab 2020, who directed several fundraisers at Muslim Hands and last year gathered about 130 million euros in donations during Ramadan from British Muslims alone. So, do you agree that Ramadan is a time for donations and giving?
Oh yes, I agree, because all our rewards, our pahala, everything are multiplied in Ramadan. So I believe this is the good time for us to donate, to do all the good deeds. Actually here, if you see during Ramadan, the mosque is very festive. Usually not only one people, sometimes there are many people who will donate food, for iftar and up to sahur. Sometimes at the mosque, the food at the mosque you can see is just like buffet at the hotel, because of this generosity of these people. So yeah, it is very good to do
Mm.
all the donations and everything in Ramadan.
It sounds very pleasant. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, now moving on to the 10th question. The lockdowns that started in 2020 caused many events to be moved online. Have you attended any of the event, and do you think it is better than physical meeting?
Okay. Yeah, I've attended a few online event, which is, yeah, I believe some of them are very nice to do online, which is, you don't have to travel to the place, which is good to do online. But to me, I still believe that certain event we need to do physically, like graduation. We want to be there, right? Like
Yes,
everything like
absolutely.
graduation, let's say parents and teachers meeting, you need that physical. But certain event, yeah, it can be done, very nicely online. Yep.
Well, um, so on to question number 11. Muslim majority countries shorten work hours and close early to allow for more prayer times. Has this been done in the UK as well?
No, sadly, no. Days as usual. Even Hari Raya, if it's on weekdays, there's no leave or whatsoever. So you have to apply for a leave. But school, certain school, if there are many Muslim in the school will allow you to to like stay home on Hari Raya day. Yeah, or any special Muslim celebration, they will let you. But other than that, for officers, no. Business as usual, no special treatment.
I
Right.
see.
So currently, are there any like laws trying to be pushed to change this?
No, no, because Muslim here are still minority, so no.
Still a minority. Very well.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. According to Ting 2020, one of the things she missed about Ramadan in Malaysia was going to bazaars and eating their mouth-watering delicacies. Do you have you come across any bazaars in the UK?
Yes, there are bazaars in the UK actually if there are no lockdowns. Even now, even the supermarkets here, the local supermarkets here, Tesco, Sainsbury, they will have their Ramadan corner, which is, it's nice to see that they are selling all the halal food and everything. Usually, mosques will have the bazaar, but because of the lockdown this year, they can't really do it. But yeah, there are bazaars actually
All right, that's good
for
to know.
Ramadan in the UK. Yeah.
All right, so Number 13 also about bazaars. So bazaars usually sell foods, drinks, and clothes. But what are some products sold at the bazaar that are exclusive to the UK?
Okay. So the bazaar actually is depends on which community live there. Usually, like my area now, I'm close to the Middle Eastern community. So usually the bazaar they will sell all the specialties from Middle East, like the Ramadan lanterns, the lights, and then there's sweets like baklava and the dates, cookies. So it's depend on the area. So the bazaar will sell which community that live there. Usually, if Turkish, they will have their Turkish specialties. But for UK itself, well, nothing in particular, I would say. Yeah. So it's depend on the communities bazaar there. Yeah.
Very well.
Okay. So we have come to the last question.
Okay.
Various regulations have been set in place to comply with SOPs. Were any of the bazaar or event in the UK forced to close due to potential health risks?
Yes, yes. We are still very much under lockdown here. So many events has been cancelled. There are no iftar gathering allowed at the mosque, even at home. You are still not allowed for any guests at home. So Tarawih prayer only allowed with limited numbers of people. So you have to book online, first come first serve basis. So yeah, since mosque still not fully open, so yeah, many has been cancelled because of the pandemic. Actually, yeah.
Um, so has there been any events recently that have been suddenly forced to cancel their events near your area?
Yeah, like usually mosque will have usually a month before Ramadan. You will get invitation for everything that the mosque will be doing. Like I said, forums. Usually they will have free forums. They will have free Quran lessons. They will have many events at the mosque during Ramadan. But because of this pandemic, everything have been cancelled. There's nothing much here. So because of the lockdown last week, so now Tarawih is allowed, but only very limited number of people. But the rest all not allowed. No iftar, no nothing. You can't even take your ablation at the mosque. You have to do it at home. Yeah. So you basically go pray and go home. That's it. Yeah.
Hmm, very tragic. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, Miss Shilmi, for your
Yeah.
time.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. I'm very happy I can help you guys.